If you're here, you probably already have a kelp farm set up. However, you have no idea how to turn those kelp block into dried kelp block. I mean, not kelp block, rather kelp. And yeah, so basically you're probably here on how to turn kelp into dried kelp block automatically, self-sustaining, without third party whatsoever, not semi-automatic, fully automatic. Yeah, but first things first, I'm gonna explain how the system works. Or actually, you know what? Yeah, let's just get start to the building, because did I even do a demo? I'll do a demo later, but you know what? Yeah, let's do a demo. So basically, this is the output of the kelps, the dried kelp block, and this is the input for the kelp blocks. So bam, we place this here. Then we wait, because that's how you do it. We wait any moment now. Hey, it made us dried kelp block. So you might be wondering, but how does it have infinite fuel? So I'm gonna just show you how it's done, or how to build this farm. Then I will explain later on how it functions. Yeah, so let's get started. So here are the blocks that you needed. It would be shown on the screen. Redstone comparator, 5 of those. 1 repeater, 1 redstone torch, 1 target block, 1 crafter, 1 redstone block, 20 redstone dusk, 1 dropper, 1 smoker, 9 hoppers, 2 chests, 2 sticky pistons. They has to be sticky pistons or the timer won't work. And then this one are the items that you'll be using for the timer, which are basically 1 stack and 62 pieces of the item of choice. The last and most important thing is your block of choice that you probably, I don't know, you would like to work with. So yeah, let's start building. So for this one, you see right here is the chest, and you have to move 6 blocks. I mean, the 6 blocks to the right, then 3 blocks to the left. Then I think this is also 6 block above the stuff. That's the places we're going to build, and make sure to hollow them up by 1 block. Now that we've finished that, we're going to place our crafter right here. Make sure it's facing upwards. And then a hopper right there, so that our output for our furnace or smoker would go to the crafting shit. And make sure to place dropper here, hopper here, not copper, hopper there, hopper there, blah 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 blah. Make sure they're facing that way, and that way, because we need to make them facing that way. And comparator here as well, and another comparator. Hell yeah. So this is how it's supposed to look like. If you've done what I did, your farm definitely gonna be working. So next up, we do this. We need a 5-strand signal for the comparator to absorb. It's part of the build. And put piston here for our timer, hopper timer to be exact. Redstone block here, then hopper. We need 1 stack and 62 blocks of our choice, whatever it. We're going to be using it for the timer, but if you know how to make a hopper timer, you just make a hopper timer. And that's how it works. Then next up, yeah, like what I said earlier, 1 stack and 62 of block of choice. I just place lime wool, because why not. Next is we're going to the one that's going to power up the hopper right there. This comparator is for the fuel, so that we don't have to fully max out the hopper as well as the hopper right next to it. So we only be needing what, at least 43, so that the hopper is not doing stuff. I'm gonna explain later. So this one is for the crafter. This has issues, but I will show you how to fix it later. So yeah, let's go back to that later. And this is the input where we put our Kelp, and that is the output where the output for our Kelp will be. I have no idea why I did that. Not gonna lie, I'm just doing voiceover, and you're probably hella confused right now. And what is this guy saying? Well, I don't know. So basically, that's it. I'm currently testing it out, see if it's worked. It's I mean, it's not gonna work because I've experienced it beforehand. I messed up something with the crafter, whatever. So yeah, of course, most important part, you have to put initially a fuel first before starting this farm, because it's important to fuel it up first, not directly to the smoker, but rather to the hopper or to the dropper that I told you guys that would be used for fuel area. So as you can see, once it hits that part, will refuel, timer, move the piston, and it would activate the dropper and would drop or transfer one piece of the stuff, blah 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 blah. And this one, as I said earlier, is not gonna be working because I have no idea why. My other stuff working for this part, so I'll be modifying it by increasing the power stuff, blah 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 blah. So yeah, I'll be showing you guys. So this is what I did to fix it real quick. If you have the same problem, you know how to solve it. Good for you, bro. So I did that. Did I do that? Yeah, I did that, bro. That's me. So I did that, and now it should work properly. I'm even gonna demo it, and a lot of dogs are barking right now. Probably our dogs. Then voila, damn, I missed that one. But here again, I'm gonna do it again. It should, yeah, it autocrafts basically. Then will I gonna show it, the stuff, the way it moved? No idea, but let's see. Where's the video? So this is how it's supposed to look like. If yours doesn't look like this, it's not working, you did probably something wrong. But if it looks like this and it's working, you probably did the right type of shit, whatever. So that should be working right now. So this is how it's supposed to look like. So yeah, congrats, you have a working Kelp Drac, whatever. Now after a few tweaking, such as adding some sort of a chest area here, as you can see, we now have fully functioning, self-sustaining, dried kelp block farm. To make it short, I will explain it in a very understandable manner. So my build is composed of two parts, the timer and the furnace in and out input, fuel, whatever furnace that is. So first, as you guys can notice, we are currently standing in the timer, which have a duration equivalent to 1 dried kelp block. And right here, we have the in and out fuel input, furnace, whatever you want to call it, right here. So let me explain to you how does this thing work. So right here, we have our smoker, and right here, we have our input, we have our fuel, and we have our output. So how does it work? So for this one, we have what you call this? I forgot what you call this. Yeah, comparator. It would comparator or observe the amount of kelp inside this smoker, which is, I think it needs to have at least something 43. Yeah, it was 42, guys. It was 42, 43. So you guys can see, once that has enough kelp, it would deactivate this redstone torch, which would also deactivate this area, which would making the piston push it something blah 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 blah. Then we also have the timer, so basically it would cancel out of whatever the timer is happening, blah 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 blah. You see the point. So basically, if this one is red, this guy would push it here, making the timer stop. But once the redstone is pushed here, the timer resets. And what happens if the redstone is here, it would activate this redstone here, then would activate this dropper, and this dropper would be activated one time and would use or dropped one kelp block right here. After that's all done, yeah, okay, let me explain how this one function first. So right here, which is somewhat not really needed, but however, I recommend having this part of the build because yeah, it decides it's the one who decides how much of blocks are needed in the copper. Since it's reading the amount of blocks in the copper, blah 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 blah, it would send signal right here, making this hopper stop responding to other hoppers or items so that they won't descend right here. Instead, they would go to the chest, because if you don't have this part, what would happen is you have to fill up every block right here as well as every block right here for just an extra item to hop in here, which is not really what we needed because that's a lot of waste of fuel, which you can just use it for other purposes. So this is why this one is not really recommended. I mean, this is not really needed in this build. However, for practicality purposes, I recommend building this area. It's just a basic comparator lag gauge or whatever reading system this is. Next, we have to move to our output because that was our fuel. This one is our output. And as you guys can see, we also have another comparator that have turned light on right here so that it would make some sort of a repeating attempts. And the only reason we have that much of a stuff is for it to not be noisy. Yeah, because you see that we have 8 items on the slot and it still doesn't enough, or it's not making stuff. We have to have at least 9 for it to automatically make the stuff for us. And that's the stuff. And here, right here is the input where we put our raw kelp that will be sent to the smoker. So basically, that's really it. There's nothing really to explain to it. Just, that's it. Yeah, go make that one now. If you guys want to or do something, you can guys make a item elevator right here so that it would deliver or elevate the chest that you're gonna be using or whatever. Yeah, that's how you make a kelp farm. It's a very sustainable dried kelp block farm basically. Yeah,